Hello everyone and welcome back to From Our Basement Gaming.
Hey everyone.
We are back with part 10 of our Final Fantasy Let's Play.
10 parts.
I took a moment because my eyes went to the wrong game on my list and I was like, no, we don't have that many parts.
Easy mistake to make.
Of Final Fantasy, yes.
Yeah, we're gonna have to.
Interesting how you go to a church to revive fallen comrades.
Yeah.
Now, I think it's been a few parts, so I think we might have done this already, but somebody asked if we checked out the White Magic Shop in Elfheim.
You're right. Well, I should do that, and I'm curious as to which one because I know that there are 2 White Magic Shops in Elfheim.
Yes, hold on, let me pull up the comment.
Huh. Thanks, bud.
Always good to have a comment from someone who's played the game.
Yes, it is.
I just have to look through. On the other side of the graveyard in Elfheim. Is that the one we went to?
The other side of the graveyard. Well, it's not too bad, a stats difference.
Yeah.
It's just that these guys are all at 1100, and unfortunately Bandit's at 1300.
Yeah.
So, the other side of the graveyard, so that's one of the White Magic Shops. The other White Magic Shop is all the way up here. Yeah.
Oh, up there. Yeah.
Well, it's an armory shop.
Right, I missed it.
That's okay. Dude, get out of my way.
So I assume we've been to both of them then?
This is the other White Magic Shop up here.
Have we been to both of them?
This one, I'm not sure. I don't know if we've been to the level 4 shop, which some of those spells are really good.
Right.
But on the other hand, I guess I can make it if I cross this bridge.
Yeah. Okay, I mean, because I don't know, this was several parts ago, so I couldn't remember if we did later on go ahead and go to that shop, so...
I thought we did, and I know that magic can be a challenge to uphold, especially if you get swarmed by villains going to.
Yeah.
And this is the graveyard, and this is the other White Magic Shop, which is also next to the graveyard. This one has... I think we've got... we do got heal number... Also, we don't have one... Nullfire and Dia number 2. Which both of those seem like good spells.
Yeah.
But I did get Cure number 2.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to restore health to all allies.
Oh, that's nice.
Okay, I see what it is. Inflicts 40 to 160 damage on undead. Reduces damage by fire by 50.
Maybe that was their thought process that we could use the healer.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
We do have the money for it, so sorry about that. I don't know what the cable's doing.
It's okay, I don't think it's... Yeah, I don't think it's showing on your end. But of course it had to make things brighter, which gives poor old Kevin a headache.
Well, I guess I'll get Heal and Dia, which would also be a...
Yeah.
Yeah. So the white mages said, I probably should get some potions and whatnot because, alright, so it's fixed.
Yeah.
As I studied some notes and whatnot, I realized I had made a critical mistake. Because there was another door farther on the right-hand side, and I needed to have gotten that.
Ah. That's okay, this is, well, this might not be your first time playing. I don't know how far you got in the first Final Fantasy. But this is certainly my first time playing.
Right. I can't remember if we can get potions and whatnot at a cheap price from where we started the game.
Probably.
I think that's a good bet, yeah.
So yes, we're gonna do a little more stockpiling.
Yeah, after our failed attempt at conquering that one location.
And the grinding will help. It'll make our party stronger.
Yeah, certainly help Bandit out. I just feel horrible every time a mistake like that happens.
Yeah.
Monsters like these are easy peasy at this point.
It's fine though, because at least it's not the Fire Emblem games where we have permanently lost members.
Oh god. I'm afraid to play like Fire Emblem.
Yeah, I don't know if the one we were playing has the permadeath system, but definitely the one that I played on the Game Boy Advance does, and it is brutal, man.
Woof. Ah, good. This is perfect.
It would probably be less so if I was like an expert at turn-based RPGs, but I'm not. Because you know how difficult some of the Fire Emblem stages can get.
Yes.
And then of course they always like try to make me feel bad because a lot of the characters in the party have strong bonds, and sometimes they're like family, like
oh yeah.
Yeah, like a brother and sister, and like the sister lost, so she died, and the brother's like, no. She's like, I'm sorry, brother. And I'm like, ah.
That always hurts.
It hurts, yeah.
Stand strong, guys. You okay?
Yeah. I was just laughing at something movie.
It's okay. Yeah. I distinctly remember that. I still have horror stories even with losing at Mario RPG.
Right. Oh yeah. Especially because I was that guy that stubbornly kept Fino in my party, even when, like, other people's advice would be like, oh no, you should use Bowser instead of Fino in this part, or you should use Peach, Bowser, and Mario.
I remember that, and I was thinking that too, and then I realized, no, you're supposed to adjust your party depending on who you're fighting against.
I know, but I like keeping Fino in the
I fully understand that.
But yes, I know, I even knew without the advice given that, sometimes it was more advantageous to have different party members. And I did enjoy having Bowser on the team. I think one time playing with a friend I gave in and did the Bowser, Peach, Mario lineup. I don't like it that much.
It's okay.
I mean, I like the idea of Bowser temporarily fighting on Mario's side. that is always kind of cool.
It is. Not gonna lie.
Just like it's kind of cool to be able to play as a villain, even just with them being a villain still, that's always also pretty awesome to do. Because we don't always get to do it.
Correct.
You're always expected to be the good guy and be on the righteous path. Yeah.
Being the goody two-shoes
Being the morally upright and justified person.
Right.
You like some gray area.
It can help. Definitely in storytelling.
Yeah. It helps with your critical thinking.
Yes. It definitely can, especially if you're watching Gundam Wing with you. That really helped, actually.
Yeah, a lot of the Gundam series are like that. Not all of them, but most of them.
Right.
Yeah, it's a shame Gundam Wing was not as appreciated in Japan.
Yeah.
Like, it just had that small cult following, it seems like, in Japan. Whereas here, it's kind of to the point where for some people it's their only Gundam.
Yes.
Yeah, and I know once the UC Gundam, you know, the Universal Century Gundams, like the original Gundam, and the stuff that Tomino did basically came out. I know we had a lot of American fans that like jumped on being loyal just to those Gundam shows.
Yeah.
And since Gundam Wing takes place in a different time, a lot of fans, I feel like, in my opinion, erroneously, no offense guys, it's just my opinion, consider it AAU, when, like, it could be an alternate timeline, but when we visited the Gundam Museum, I kind of got the impression that any of the Gundam shows that, like, weren't on the Universal Century timeline, it was basically just because they were separated by, like, centuries. So people were just no longer using the same way of
calculating.
Calculating time.
Right.
That there was, like, for example, in After War Gundam X, their timeline is, you know, after the war.
Mm-hmm.
And that's because that war had such a huge impact. You know, it basically caused an apocalypse. That they marked that. You know, we do that in real life too. If we have an event that's significant enough, we shift our timeline. How we tell the time historically. So that's how I interpreted it. And
that's the way to interpret it.
So for the people who are like, oh well, the real Gundam is just UC because that's the stuff Tomino worked on. Tomino is the director of the original Gundam 5, the very first one. In case you guys are like, what are you talking about? So, you know, a lot of them just go, well, because Tomino worked on it and it's his continuity, they're the only real Gundam. And I don't like that. I don't like,
neither do I, honestly.
And, you know, there were some people for Gundam Wing that were the opposite. Like, they're like, oh, Gundam Wing's the only cool one. And the other Gundam, forget those. And it's like, no, I don't... I feel like the Gundam Museum pretty much solidified that they're all important.
Yes.
And yeah, it showed that the timeline shifts with certain Gundam series, but honestly, didn't get the impression that any of them were AUs or like literal split, like like what Hyrule Historia does. I don't feel like that was the case.
Right.
I just think the Gundam universe is very fragile, and they have like destroyed their world nearly twice or 3 times because of all the war and nuclear weapons and etc.
They have.
I mean, Turn A Gundam is a post-apocalyptic thing,
yeah,
too,
it is.
where literally they've destroyed all of their technology, so they're like
living in Victorian times.
They're living in Victorian times, despite being in the future and having colonies in the moon, and like literal people that have lived on the moon colonies for so long that they're considered a different country almost.
Yes.
But despite that, they have Victorian times clothing and technology on Earth.
Yeah.
And the people on the moon have like new technology, so it's interesting.
Yeah, definitely a huge culture shock when you think about it, because they're like still doing like faux steam powered stuff, and the moon people have cars and up-to-date cars and have modern fashion. Like they're in the year 2000, and the people on Earth are in like 1899, 1900.
Yeah. So then, like when they see the modern mobile suits, they're like, "Oh my gosh!" Or even like things that we take for granted, like the ability to show holograms and stuff, which we are getting to that point.
We are.
So, they're like, "What is this?"
Yeah, they're like Jack Skellington. What's this? What's this?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty
or
much.
Or like Count Frollo, witchcraft.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So definitely recommend it. We gotta get back to watching that someday.
We should.
That's a good series.
We should, actually. We have to dig that back up again.
I mean, Romy Park voices the main character. Same voice actress who did the Japanese voice of Edward Elric. And Hanji.
Nice.
From Attack on Titan.
Love that character.
Yes. The woman herself is interesting because I believe she's Japanese Korean.
Yes.
Yeah, so I find that really cool.
Absolutely.
Just because, it's probably a little bit different now, but for the most part in Japan, you're kind of used to all the seiyuu just being Japanese and nothing else, like not half Japanese, half American, half Japanese, half Korean. Most of them are just Japanese, and that's I think it's a little mixture of just frankly, it's Japan, they're mostly Japanese people, that being part of it. But I think it's also kind of a little bit of, I honestly don't think they want to hire foreigners very much.
Yeah.
And that if they do, it's usually just like a collaborative thing, and it's not like a, how do I put it? Kind of like they contact somebody, almost like a commission, I guess. And it's not really like a celebrated voice actor over there, like...
Yeah. It's not like they're like, we have Hollywood actor this and...
Yeah, like, and I hope they probably do give them credit, I don't really know, I'd have to look it up, but I remember hearing, and again, I haven't seen this myself, so I'm just going off of what I heard and like the clip I heard, that like for free, which is that swimming anime from a few years ago. So
yeah. We all remember Free.
Yeah, that one. for their movie, like, a lot of the characters went to Australia, and from what I heard, they actually had some Australian characters in that, which is pretty cool.
Very.
Yeah, and I'm like, I want to see more of that, please.
So would I.
Because a lot of the times we get this weird Japanese people playing foreigners.
Yeah, I've seen that.
And giving this over-the-top stereotypical, this is the way a foreigner sounds speaking Japanese.
Yeah, I felt it was well done in Steins Gate Zero.
Yes, because I do feel like in Steins Gate Zero's case, it was meant to... it didn't work for me either, but I think it was meant to throw you off.
Yes.
You were supposed to be like, oh, spoilers if you haven't seen Steins Gate Zero.
Yes.
Don't listen to this part. I'll let you know when you can listen. So with this character in Steins Gate Zero, I think it was meant to throw you off, so you'd be like, oh, this guy is just a silly, well-meaning American professor who doesn't have the best grasp of Japanese. And,
right.
He's so silly. And, like,
yes.
Yeah, I think it was meant to throw you off. Now, I will be interested to see how the game handled it, which I will play one day. But, because, yeah, we find out later on, once it's revealed who he is, he actually doesn't have the heavily accented bad Japanese anymore. So I think he himself was throwing us off intentionally.
Correct, because when he shows his true colors and he's giving orders like, oh my god, he speaks perfect
yeah.
Japanese.
Yeah, so he himself was taking advantage of the stereotype of foreigners.
Mm-hmm. That he was.
But, yes, so I do feel like it was handled better, but alas, I'm pretty sure it was still a Japanese guy voicing him. And I just think it would be really cool to one day... And I don't know, maybe it happens, and maybe I just haven't seen it yet. Let me know in the comments if you happen to know of this happening. Where, like... And of course I mean in the Japanese version, they have a foreigner who's actually voiced by a foreigner. I just think that would be really cool. I also think the assumption is that not many foreigners are fluent enough in Japanese, like foreign voice actors. And when I say foreign, I mean Japanese in this case.
Right.
Which is really increasingly not the case these days.
No.
Especially, I mean, I feel like especially in Australia, because they're so close to Japan, and I know that because of that being close, there are a lot of people who often study abroad in Japan, and a lot of Japanese people go to Australia because it's much more accessible than the United States is.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. So I'm hoping that has changed. I don't know, I haven't really... To be honest with you, I haven't watched many 2020 and beyond anime. I think the newest thing I've watched... Oh gosh. What... Have we seen anything that was 2019, or is 2018 the most recent one?
What happened in 2018?
Well, I think we're on YouTube, I think.
Ah!
I don't know, let me look.
When did Senpai's Annoying come out?
Yeah, that's what I'm... Let's see. Nice.
Take that.
Alright, what year did that one come out? Oh crap. So, okay, we have seen one show post 2020, because apparently the anime version of My Senpai is Annoying was from 2021.
Oh.
I did not realize it was that.
Wow.
Okay, and that one I can definitely say didn't have any foreign characters, so it is not a good judgment as to whether this has changed what I'm talking about here. But I know Japan, unfortunately, is very slow with that stuff. No offense, love you guys, love Japan, but a little bit slow with that stuff. But I mean, there are a lot of foreigners in Japan now. There are a lot more foreign residents. So I'm hoping that will slowly change with the new generation.
I'm hoping and thinking it probably will, but
yeah, as long as they feel encouraged to speak their mind. Because I know I was watching a video from one guy, like a Japanese guy that lives in Kyoto, and he was saying part of the issue as to why change is so slow is because a lot of the youth don't vote because they feel like they need to be listened to.
yes, that does concern me.
Yeah, so I mean, the future generations need to feel encouraged that they will be listened to, and I think once that happens, we will see a lot more progression that will make not only the lives of foreigners in Japan better, but much better for Japanese people, because
Yes.
there are certain traditions they hold on to that make life a little bit difficult. I'm fine with holding those traditions, but sometimes we get to a point where, and this is the case with our country too, you hold on to traditions that are just not serving people anymore.
Right.
And we have plenty of them in our country, believe me. I could be here all day talking about all the crap we should let go of in this country. But I'm not going to bore you guys with that because I don't have enough time, first of all. We have 3 minutes.
Our episode's pretty much...
It would probably take me several hours, and also that would be me getting political, which I said I would do. So.
Ah, good, we strike first.
But yes. And this is something all countries have.
Everybody has it.
I'm sure wherever you're watching our video from, you could be like, well, I can think of plenty of things in my country, too.
Oh, yes.
So, yes, definitely. Oh, boy. It is not doing it for you guys, but we have, basically that snow effect.
Intelligence up, endurance up, luck up. Alright, well, our guys have leveled up. I hope that that includes Bandit, but Bandit might be, Sailing, 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 sailing. It does. At least with this fight, there are a lot... Ah, good, we're back.
Good.
We're much stronger than these guys. Good. Much stronger than these guys.
Actually, my allergies are going on next.
Oh no. That's not good.
Well, this hot, cold, humid, dry,
yes.
is not helping any.
No,
and also,
it isn't.
even though it's cold like winter, spring is still starting to approach.
Yep.
So my allergies are like, well, my allergies are actually not happy all year round now, which I have to figure out what to do about that.
I'm concerned about that.
It could just be a case of changing medicine or changing how I approach treating the allergies, we'll see.
Right.
Sometimes with allergies, you do things for a few years and then your body gets used to it. And it's like, okay, time to move on. And I guess we will stop here for now, and we'll see you next time.
Yes.
Bye.
Have a good day, everyone. Bye.